Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of our Bobbin Blooms by Fat Quarter Shop. I have completed pressing all 16 of my little flower tops, my blooms, and we are now going to get started on, I think these are the leaves actually. So guys, how are y'all doing? I've had an interesting day so far. It is a rainy, overcast day today. And I'm telling you, I had a chiropractor appointment today because my back went slap out yesterday. So I'm doing better though. I'm moving. I couldn't move yesterday. It was kind of funny. It was funny, but it wasn't funny. I couldn't even bend over to put my britches on, it was bad. At first, I couldn't get out of bed. Could not get out of bed. So I had to take the day off because I couldn't get out of bed. I literally, by the time I was able to get out of bed, I couldn't bend over to put my clothes on. And I had a sharp pain shooting down my left leg. I'm just going to get started sewing, y'all. We keep chit-chatting. But have y'all ever had that happen, that sciatic nerve? It was just on a roll yesterday, I guess. But, and my chiropractor's office was closed yesterday. Because they're closed every Thursday. And, I was able to get into them this morning, though. Had a lot of running to do this morning. But, yeah, I was able to get into them this morning. And he worked some kinks out of me. And I always love going to the chiropractor. I feel so good afterwards. I go in hunched over because I couldn't really stand up straight. Because it just pinches like that. And if anybody's had back problems, they know it's no joke. It affects everything. But I'm a little better this evening. So tomorrow morning I should wake up being 100%. But you know what? If I did not have pain, I wouldn't be here. So the pain is telling me I'm here. I'm alive. Not that you should live in pain. If you are in pain, please see to it because it's your body telling you something's wrong. So I'm just doing 16 of these little, I don't remember what they call this. Is it like snowball unit or something like that? I don't remember. I'm just putting little squares on the top right corner. And once I get this done, I will put a small square on the bottom left corner. So I'll have one on each side. But y'all, that's how my day's been going. So how's yours been going? It's a blessed day for sure. Woke up, even though I was in pain and barely able to move, I still got up to see the rain, to see my garden, see something growing out there. I've got some things that's already germinated, some things that are in bloom. My strawberries are starting to be in bloom, and they're ever-bearing. So the ever-bearing, what that means is they will produce like all year. Not all year, but in their season. But you have some that are June-bearing that they'll only produce in June. And I got the ever-bearing. And they just have a longer period of growth. What I'm trying to do with my garden is get a perennial garden going. I have I guess you could say 2 beds of asparagus. I have like a little 3x3 bed of asparagus. Then I have a 3x6 or 3x8 bed. I don't remember exactly how big it is. But it's not enough for it to be a main food supplier. But while it's in season, that will be great. Because I love just throwing the asparagus on my grill. I have an indoor Ninja grill. Love it. What I do is I toss my asparagus in some avocado oil. And I know, I tell you, I don't really like seed oils, but I don't like the asparagus tossed in butter. But I like the oil because it's lighter and you don't have to put as heavy a coat on it. But I will toss that and just put salt and pepper on it, and that's all I do. And I'll leave it on the grill long enough to get a little char on some of it. You know, just a real light char. You don't want it to be a dark char because then that's burnt. I don't like burnt. But it is so good. Now, my problem right now with my asparagus bed is I've only had the small asparagus bed. This year, I expanded my asparagus bed to a second bed. Because my small asparagus bed, I was not getting enough to bring into the house to cook. Because when I was out in my garden working it, I'd snap it off and eat it right there. So, my goal is to get a large bed of asparagus. But with these two, I think these will be okay. And this is going to be my perennial garden, even though it has annuals in it. I have okra and tomatoes and peppers. And I have one bed that's behind my house that is my herbs. Now, it does have some Tabasco plants in it, but I've never grown Tabasco, but it grows really well here in Louisiana. I mean, the Tabasco plant is actually down South Louisiana. And my sister and I had the pleasure of, we didn't tour the plant because that was just too much walking for us at the time that we went. And I mean, hence, you see, I'm having back problems. I have back problems if I sleep in a strange bed. I will have back problems. And we had gone down south and stayed in Arnaudville, which we love that place. It is so, it's just a quiet, small town. That's what it is. Just quiet and very small. And I think we like the art warehouse. They have an old, it looks like it was an old cotton warehouse. It's got the really high wooden floors in it. And they have people make art and put it in there. And when I say art, I mean beadwork, paintings, sculptures, woodwork, pottery. It has all kinds of stuff in it. And I love going in that warehouse. Now, granted, they are about a 3.5-hour drive from us. So that's like a little weekend trip for us. We'll go do that. And then we'll drive back home. You know, like we'll leave on a Friday and come back on a Sunday. And of course, when we come back, we have to stop at LeCompte because there is a restaurant there that is known for its pie. Now, granted, we're not supposed to have that sugar, but you know what's a treat every now and then. I love their peach pie. And It's very good. It's called Lee's. Now, in Monroe, there is a place called Lee's of LeCompte, which is a branch of that Lee's. And y'all, I'm telling you, they all the time have fresh homemade pies. They're quite pricey. I think I paid almost like $30 for a pie for Thanksgiving one year, because I just really did not want to be baking. And yeah, I'll bake the next time. That was really expensive, but those pies were really good. And my son loves their pecan pies. My son loves pecan pies. So whenever I go up to Tennessee to see him, he'll always ask me to bring him a pie. And we have a place also called Not Just Pies. And they have really good pies. But they have really good food too. But they're more like a deli sandwich thing. So it's really good. And they moved locations on us a couple years ago. It took me a while to find them. At first, I thought they were closed, and I was sad. Because they have a really good chicken salad sandwich there. Or used to. Now that I do not work in Monroe, I really don't know, because used to I could go get lunch there. But I haven't been to their new location. I've sent my husband to the new location to pick up a pie. We've got a lot of places that make pies and things like that that you can buy that are really good. So I know if I can't get a pie from one place, I can get it from, you know, there's 2 other places that I can get it from. Because there's another place called Thurman's in Monroe. And it's actually just down the road from my chiropractor. I seriously considered stopping by it this morning when I got out of the chiropractor's office, just to pick up, because they do free, you know, frozen, home-cooked frozen meals as well. But I just decided that was not in my best interest to do that, because they have some good meals, butter beans and all the fixings. Oh my goodness, y'all. And yeah, it's about dinner time right now, so I'm hungry. But I wanted to sew, and I'll eat later. But if I keep talking about how wonderful their food is, I'm going to have to go in there and cook me something. But yeah, we are having a very rainy day today, and we're actually under a flash flood watch right now, which just the normal rain for me floods me. So I'm going to have to put rubber boots on to go to my garden later on. Because before I call it a night, I always go check my garden, make sure nothing has gotten into it, make sure all of my... I had to put a cage thing over my okra bed, because I had something get in it and just dig it up. It could have been one of the stray cats outside. It could have been a raccoon. Could have been a possum. Probably a raccoon, the way it dug. But I thought if it was a cat, I would have been able to tell, because they would have left me a little golden prize in there. But there wasn't any of that. It was just dug to the ground. But I'm thinking what I may need to do is put straw over it. I have some straw that I use. It's a non-treated straw. It's not like pine straw though. It's a light colored straw. And I wonder if that would keep the ants out of it, because I always seem to get ants in my okra. Yeah, my Aunt Bates finally came in. Today is Friday evening. They came in Wednesday evening. I didn't get them on my beds. Didn't get them in my beds. And then, of course, Thursday, my back went out and I was laid up all day Thursday. Not able to move real well. I'll tell you what, that's a good diet for you. Your back goes out and you can't get up and move. You don't eat because you hurt too bad. I did manage to get to the kitchen. When I walked in there, I carried my little grocery bag thing, and I brought me some waters and sat by my chair. I got some cans of Vienna sausages and brought, because that case if I got hungry, I could have some Vienna sausages. I could have something. We are making quick work of our leaves here. So now that I have all 16 of these done, I am going to trim 1/4 of an inch from the seam. Now apparently I'm going to be using more of those, or either I cut too many. I don't know, because I have a few of them left. And I am going to trim and then press. And I'll bring you guys back to our next step. I now have our little leaf units completed. So let's see what our next step is. We are going to be taking a J and K. I hear you, Augie. So these are our J's. And these are our K's. Okay, we are going to assemble unit. It says pay close attention to unit placement. Left leaf unit should measure, okay. So we're taking this and we're making sure it is pointing to the left, and we will add our K. And how many are we? We're doing 8. So let me get 8 out, and I'm going to put the other 8 aside. Let me make sure I counted right. 1, 2. I must have had some stick. Let's see. I must not have cut enough of this. Okay, it looks like I need to cut 2 more, so I will bring you guys back when I get that done. Well, that explains why I had some extra little M squares. So I'm going to go ahead and make these, and I am probably going to have to pause you guys and come back a little later, because my daughter-in-law should be here in just a little bit with my little grandbaby girl. For her to spend the night with her Grammy. So excited. Haven't seen her in so long, and I talked to her mama last night. We were going over her food that she can eat, and she's got a pretty large, even at, let's see, she's 8 months, be 9 months this month. She's got a pretty large variety of foods that she eats. She eats table foods. She likes bananas, and she says she likes toast, but it has to be almost burnt. But I don't keep bread in my house, so she won't be getting toast at my house, because I just don't keep bread in my house. because bread is a gateway to sugar for me, so I have to not have it. And I know some of you may be new and may be noticing, and I say that, and you go, well, look at you, how the size you are. Yes, I am a big, beautiful woman, so there you go. But this is a journey that I'm taking back control over this, and if I had a picture that I could show you, I haven't always been this size. Let's just say illnesses and steroids are not my friend. They have, now I'm not saying that them hamburgers and fries ain't helped put it on, but it seems like every time I get ill, because apparently I'm going to catch pneumonia every time it comes around. And I'm trying to strengthen my immune system along with getting my health better. But yeah, this happened in just a couple of years with illnesses and steroid. Now, I will say, okay, Augie, I hear you. I don't know what she's wanting. But this all started when, I'm going to say, my oldest, 1999, I started having ear infections, which I'm going to trim while I'm talking to you guys, so y'all will see what I do. It's nothing fancy. It's just I trim. I'm going to take my table off here so I have more room. In 1999, I started having a lot of ear problems. Well, I had ear problems, but this was like a consistent ear infection, and we couldn't get around it. For 2 years, I was on cycles of steroids as often as they could give them to me. Now, if you know how steroid works, it messes with your system bad. And in that 2 years, I probably put on 80 pounds because steroids make me feel like I'm starving. They make me feel like I'm hungry. And what do you do when you're hungry? You eat. Because if you're hungry, that's your body telling you it's ran out of fuel. Well, I had that going on, and, you know, had another baby after that. And, you know, once you have a baby, the weight is hard to get off. And there are no excuses. I mean, this is me. I did this. I can't believe I did this because, I mean, when I was in college, I was real fit. And I mean, this even in college, I was really fit. I did aerobic workouts almost every single day because I had an aerobic workout class. And then I took extra classes in the evening. It was like free classes just to go where people were working out, and I'd go work out with them. And yeah, I was fit in college. It's just when I started having, after that second baby, that first baby didn't put 5 pounds on me. That second baby, but like I said, I had all the steroids in me. So I'm going to trim this. I'm going to press this and be right back. Okay. So now I have my 2 sections of 8 apiece. I'm going to take those 8 and get them out of the way. And I just checked the time, and I probably have another 10 minutes with you guys. So I'm going to get what I can done in 10 minutes. So we're going to have these units facing, and then this one here. So get my little trim cutter there out of the way. And this goes on the left side. I may have to do some trimming up. May not. Looks like it's... But yes, so this, you know, this right now, I do have a cooking channel. That is my journey to finding a better solution. And when you get older, you're just not as active as you were in your younger days, or I'm not, because I have a desk job, which really makes it hard to be active, which, you know, of course doesn't help the back issues. But I've had the back issues since my middle child was a baby. I had my first protruding disc about 24 years ago. And that has led to other things now with it. But, you know, I get up and I keep going. I've actually had a doctor ask me, how am I walking? Because most people that have what I have, they're not mobile. I'm like, well, I didn't know I had a choice. But secondly, there's someone greater than me out there, and he keeps me going. So, and that's just how I have to live my day, is knowing that I have a greater power that takes care of me. And I can only do in life what he allows me to do. And I've almost got these 8 done. I'm hoping I can get them all done before my grandbaby girl gets here. And I know I keep calling her grandbaby girl, and y'all are probably thinking that's insane. I'm just not putting her name out there due to her parents' wishes. With my son being military, they don't want her name or picture out anywhere. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't do that anyway. My daughter doesn't care if her son's name and picture is places, but I do. I still don't even, I didn't post pictures of my children on the internet. If I did, I had it only shared to a certain few. That was that. You know, you know, on Facebook, how you can make it go to certain people. Well, that's how I always did my pictures of my children. I'd always just have it going to my family and very close friends. So I'm listening here. So I have to press these and be right back. I have those done. Now I am to put the J on the top and bottom. But I'm hoping to have this video completed to where I can edit it and get it out to you guys today by 5 p.m. It's not quite 3. And yes, I had my chiro appointment was really early. I go when they open up, especially when I'm in pain. And I really expected my daughter-in-law to be here by now. The rain may be slowing her down, though, which is okay. I want her to be safe. I do not want their safety risked. And what'll happen is I'll probably sew until, you know, even after my little grandbaby comes. Because she can play. She can entertain herself for a little while. I'll probably just edit once I get this done. And then we may have a part 4. I'm sure we will. no more than I'm getting to sew. But if it doesn't look like I'm going to get it done by 5, y'all will see this on Saturday instead of Friday, because I have another video that I can put out for today. You know, I have another video I could put out today. Have one that I've been holding on to this week. I didn't want to put it out too early. But this seems to be coming along really nicely, and I will, once I get these completed, I will put this same strip on the bottom and make a leaf unit. I don't think it calls it that. It just says a symbol unit, but we know these are the leaves. So, and it's sewing pretty well. I'm listening to somebody coming up my porch, because I have an off-ground wooden porch with a tin roof. So y'all, let me tell you, that is a wonderful sound when it rains. I love, if you've ever lived in the country or had a grandparent that had a tin roof, you know what I am talking about. I can remember when I was younger, we lived in my grandparents' old house. And that's the one we call the old house. And it had a back room on it. That was the laundry room. And it had a tin roof on it. And I can remember if I had trouble sleeping or something, there was like a shelf thing out there that had drawers in it. I don't know what was in them drawers. I never looked. That may be somebody on my back porch. But I would go out there and lay down on that, because it had a cushion on it. And I would go slap to sleep if it was raining. I keep checking the time here to make sure. I'm sure she'll walk on in and just holler when she gets here. I'm going to call it a video here. And looks like we're going to have a part 4. I'm sneaking some time in here while my little grandbaby is asleep. I notice it's not as overcast now as it was earlier, which is nice. Trying to get as much done as I can before she wakes up. She just takes a little short cat nap. And I think the fact that she just rode for an hour and a half probably had a little something to do with that. She was a little tired. So what I'm doing right now is just adding that strip to the bottom of that leaf unit. Now tomorrow, y'all may actually get this video tomorrow, because my daughter-in-law's sister graduates tonight. And they'll be having a little get together for her graduation tomorrow. And I will be taking the sweet baby girl back home and carrying her. You know, I'll go over there. I was invited to the little graduation get together, and I'll be carrying her little graduation gift to her tomorrow and taking little girl home. That is, if her mama lets her stay all night tonight. She told me, she said, she may not stay all night tonight. She may not. She's not stayed the night with me in a very long time, so she's not used to sleeping out of her bed with her mama. Now, her mama did tell me she does sleep in her bed, but then she will wake up and want to get in the bed with you. Which, that's what babies do. Okay, instead of pressing these, I'm just going to go ahead and cut and then start sewing on my next one. Because while she's asleep, I'm going to try to get as much sewing as I can done. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go on and shut you guys down and catch back with you later, because y'all will see this one Saturday. So, I'll be right back.